Hello, it's your two favourite idiots. It's Darren, and I'm joined here once again by Matt.
Yes, hello, I'm the second idiot.
Two halves of a whole moron, I think. How you doing today, mate? You good? You readied up?
Yeah, I'm ready up, I'm pumped up, and all that kind of schnazzle.
Is that a new word? I can't say I've heard that one before.
I don't know.
But you've clicked on the video, you've seen the title, you know what this is. What we're going to do is we're going to be seeing Need for Speed. Where do we go from here? There's been quite a few Need for Speeds over the years.
Quite a few, quite a lot.
Spanning what, nearly over 20 years?
Probably, 20 years.
Yeah. We're just going to see, where do we go next? What on earth do we do next? And before we get into any of that juicy goodness, there's a bit of housekeeping we need to do, isn't there, Matt?
Yes.
So, looking at our YouTube stats, because I'm a statty boy.
A stat hole.
There's a whopping 97% of people that click on our videos aren't subscribed to us. Why? Why not? What are you scared of?
Shame on those fuckers.
It's ding, 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 ding. Shame. Just hit that button, it helps us out. Don't forget to give us the like as well. Don't forget to give us the cheeky subscribe. It really does help us out. We've got targets we need to hit, and it helps us because it grows us as a company. So, now that's out of the way. What happened in Need for Speed?
Where do we go from here?
So, Need for Speed started looking at Google back in 1994.
Yeah.
So that is bloody long ago.
I was born in 94.
God, bloody long ago. So it started off with just some sort of... I'm not going to go through every single one because there is a hell of a lot.
Yeah, but I think they probably start off with the one when most people are going to know and remember.
Underground.
Need for Speed Underground.
I remember the music more. No, Underground 2 music is what I'm thinking of. And Riders of the Storm. And others. The Doors song as well, which I can't remember off the top of my head. I can remember how the tune went, but I can't remember the exact song. Anyway, so they've gone through a lot of different phases. So they've gone from racing supercars, gone from racing modified racers, Need for Speed Carbon, and then there's been a few dips into different places. Need for Speed Shift,
Which I kind of like. I actually like that one.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Most Wanted, which was just Burnout on Ice, wasn't it?
Which Most Wanted?
Both.
The first one I think was good. The second one I actually never really played.
Did you not?
No, I played the first one back in.
I played both, but I remember the first one more, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then you've got the little other random dips into the random world, like Need for Speed World. Do you remember that? Is that the first you've heard of it? 'Cause
That's
the first I've heard of it.
I think that sounds like a online.
Yeah.
game,
I'm assuming online only. Need for Speed Shift Unleashed, and then you've got the random bits. Need for Speed The Run. I liked it a lot.
I didn't like that one.
I liked it, and then you've got the random ass. Where we've got up to now, of the latest Need for Speed, Need for Speed, the Need for Speed Payback, the Need for Speed Heat, which I think we can kind of let's put a flag in the ground, and say for the last 10 odd years they've been in shallow waters with shallow games. Is that fair to say? Would you say?
Yeah, they've been a bit sort of inconsistent.
If I was, let's do this in a slightly more conservative way. I'm going to look at this from Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, so 2010, so that's 11 years of games.
Yeah.
I'm going to rattle these games off now and want you to just give like a one-word answer of a review number of what you would give.
Okay.
And I'll do the same. So Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, 7?
7, yeah.
Need for Speed Unleashed 2, 6?
I'm going 7 for that one.
Need for Speed The Run, I would give 8 per 6, I liked it.
3.
Need for Speed Most Wanted, 7?
7, yeah, I never really played it.
Need for Speed Rivals, 6?
Yeah, 6.
No Limits, which I'm guessing online, I'm going to bypass that. Need for Speed The Underground remake, 5.
5.
Need for Speed Payback,
-1.
5 for me as well. Need for Speed Heat, 6.
I'll go 7.
But there's a lot of 5, 6, and 7s, barring the odd game that we kind of liked for no reason or hated for reasons.
Many reasons.
They're safe to say that a lot of them have been distinctly average. Would you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, I think basically Need for Speed for the last 10 years is the meh around the world.
Exactly. They're just distinctly average, colour by numbers, open world racer, handle like a shopping trolley, going 100 miles an hour but it feels like 20. Paint by numbers. Would you agree with me now? Would you say that's fair?
Yeah,
Fair assumption.
I'll say probably the last 3 games in particular, the handling has been a bit...
Piss. I would say it's piss.
Yeah.
They've been so weird. I remember because I downloaded the Need for Speed remake remaster bastard, and I went through around a corner, and it was like one of those models where you've got to try and drift around the corner, and it's like
to carry speed.
Yeah, and it's like, what is this? Like, and you're like, games like Burnout, games like Hot Pursuit. Yeah, this model works. Fine, whatever. But like Payback, Heat, Speed, does that handling model work? I don't think so.
No.
I think it needed more of a realistic kind of
Simcade-y.
Yeah, just a bit more of elements of being a bit more. Yeah, Simcade. I think that's a good way. I don't know. It just doesn't fit to me, and I just uninstalled it pretty quickly. And it's like the Heat. I played it for a bit, and it's like, my God, this game's boring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Need for Speed Underground remake, whatever you want to call it, that was just boring crap. Payback was just...
I didn't play Payback, so...
I did, for everyone's sins.
No, I didn't play it, but then you got Heat that came out 2019, so 2 years ago, and... I don't know, there was just no real substance to it.
I just liked it because it actually... Well, I mean... It didn't have to try that hard, but it was infinitely better than Payback.
Well, yeah, because the idea was to have a night mode and a day mode.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just... To me, the two modes were just not really different. The day mode was just boring races, and the night mode was annoying police.
Yeah, it was like really annoying at the start because when the cars were crap and you can only like survive and not. But then when you get faster cars, yeah, it's just a minor inconvenience.
I just remember the police chases, they just went on too long on borderlining on obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because I remember you'd be stuck in a battle with like 4 police cars and then you manage to bin them off and you're like, right, okay, I need to save my progress, so I want to go back to the thing, so I need this chase to end. And then another one would find you straight away and it was like, oh my God. It was like, leave me alone.
Please.
Yeah. I just remember just distinctly thinking, this is pissing me off. It was just my opinion, you know.
Yeah.
You know, argue with my opinion, everyone's going to. Like, but that's like kind of the rough history. So there's been no update of a new Need for Speed at this moment in time.
Well, one's supposedly in the works for now current gen consoles.
Well,
but we haven't heard anything other than
it's going to be a Need for Speed game.
Yeah.
So we are going to use our infinite wisdom
of thinking we're better than very talented game developers.
Because we are XMVR and we fucking are. Do I edit out that? I don't know.
Well, if we get any talks with EA, you're dealing with it.
Yeah. I might edit that out depending on how brass I'm feeling that day. No, we're gonna just basically... There's a bell for some reason. I think that was a phone. Unless the Darren thinks he's better than people alarm.
No, because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No, we're gonna try and see what the hell we can do to try and make this game better.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it a red hot crack. So, handling, I think, is a good place to start.
Yeah, that's probably priority number 1.
Yeah, there needs to be a better handling model in place. It doesn't have to go over the top. Doesn't have to be super serious. Just a little bit more, or a little bit less arcadey. I don't like the sliding around.
Yeah.
If you've got realistic cars and you're trying to depict a realistic place, so it'll probably be open world again because fucking of course it will be. Just give me a little bit of more realism. Just give me a little bit of something.
Yeah. And probably the second thing is, and this has been one of the worst things, well, the second worst thing about the Need for Speed games, story.
Yeah.
It's...
The story has never been their story's been so bad my brain just decided to fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree it hasn't been a good one, but there's been sort of some that kind of like cheesy enough that you can kind of go, alright, I kind of...
Yeah, you can kind of go, well, you know, it's a little bit on the nose, but fine, you know, whatever.
Yeah, like Need for Speed Heat was a bit sort of like that, but like stuff like Payback, which I think, as I say, I think I've written an article about it. I think within 10 minutes I hated every single character and hated...
Yeah. I think it was on the same vein of when I reviewed FIFA The Journey.
Oh.
Of how my actual hate for Alex Hunter. It was along those lines, just because... I'm not going to get into that again. I might re-record it at some point, but I'm not going to get into it now. But your hate was justified because every character was written in such a bland way.
Yeah, everyone was just bland. The villains were bland. Just...
Were they? Because I didn't, like I said, I didn't play Payback. Were they acting against the green screen? Was it?
No, it was CGI. It wasn't like Need for Speed like acting, which was like, shit, fucking hell, that was atrocious. But it was like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there's a guy who tried to rob something, but then got dicked over by some criminal syndicate who called himself the House.
Okay.
And then
I'm 20% asleep. Keep going. That's a generic car story.
Yeah, he got dicked over. Then he tries to get his own back, and just like the villains are just so fucking comical. It's like you're no threat. You're just a bunch of pricks.
Yeah, it was just generic as hell, isn't it?
Mm.
No, like. The reason I say about the CGI is because I think there was elements of Need for Speed Heat that was green screened background. I think it's been a while since I played it, so I'm gonna have to double check that.
I don't think so.
The Need for Speed remake.
Oh, you need
was
to.
Green screened.
That was green screened, and that was like
That was awful.
What?
That was like college course FMV video.
I mean, I've seen better acting on Hollyoaks.
As someone who's made to watch a lot of Hollyoaks, it was on par. But
at least they're trained professionals.
Yeah, true. But a lot of it was real actors against green screens, and it looks fucking terrible. And it takes you out of even if it is the greatest written story ever.
Yeah, with a stellar cast, like...
Yeah, if you've got a Need for Speed with Vinnie Jones and, you know, Dame Judi Dench and Anthony Hopkins
and Jason Statham. That hell of a cast.
Yeah, and it's all on a green screen. Fuck it off. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Please.
Pick one side. So either make it all within the game engine.
Yeah.
But I know the reason why it's done. Because the game engine is developed to make cars, not people. In a way, you know, it makes sense. It's like Forza. It'll have the player models, but they're almost static. Almost. You know, piling their arms, and when they're in the menu, they move around a little bit. They've got a little bit of movement, but that's about it. So it's kind of the game engine. But doesn't it run on Frostbite?
Yeah, it is Frostbite. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is backtrack on my own point that I've just made a second ago.
Yeah.
Because everything runs on Frostbite pretty much. Battlefield,
FIFA, Star Wars Battlefront for the last two games.
So they could easily have player models.
Yeah.
And have them in a in an environment.
Yeah, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, and probably someone will on the internet. I have read some of the sort of Frostbite is a bit of a bastard to make.
I've heard that as well. I've heard that it's one of those systems that you could move the bar from 70 to 71 and everything is on the other side of the planet.
It's one of those tricky sod to kind of get right. Once you get it right, the results look spectacular, but it's a bit of a tricky
Yeah.
sod to
Yeah.
sort of think. Yeah, so, but I do see, I do get to see what you mean with the player characters. It's a bit like that.
It's like pick a side. If you're going to have actors, make them voice actors.
Yeah,
That's my bugbear. But the story has to be better written for a start. I get it. You have limited amount to work with because you've got racer scum. No, sorry.
Street Racing Scum.
Street Racing Scum, yeah.
As Ben would put it.
Yeah, sorry, I nearly got that wrong.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben.
But you've got all that, and then you've got, a generic story. But surely you've got better things in the bank than making a redemption arc. Surely,
Yeah.
like even if it's like change, like that's where kind of Need for Speed Heat was that little bit better because it was a loose story of it being like a festival, kind of.
Yeah.
It was like Poundland Forza Horizon.
Yeah. Little's own brand Falls Horizon.
Yeah, and it at least made a bit more sense because it didn't have a story that was grabbing you by the neck, that was forcing it.
Yeah, it was just a bit. Yeah, it's there if you want it, but.
Yeah. Moving on to the next point, online.
Oh, yeah, this is one thing I probably haven't played a lot of because usually by the time I've played any Need for Speed game, it's like, right, that's enough. That's for me for another few years.
Their online always dies a death, doesn't it?
I can't remember the last time looking online's done pretty well, other than Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people on that, which I
Yeah.
find quite weird.
Yeah, but that's because it's probably relatively good. Whereas the other ones are a bit meanderingly meh.
Maybe sales are something to do with it because it does keep going on sales, and maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know. I'm not in marketing, but yeah, the online always just seems so lackluster. Even to be fair, even saying about Hot Pursuit, even that like online mode is pretty dull.
It's a bit basic, yeah.
You can play it for about 10 minutes and then you get bored.
Yeah, be like, yep, I've done enough.
Yeah, I've done one point-to-point race, I've done one Hot Pursuit race, bored.
Yeah.
And then it's the same with Need for Speed. I've done one, like, Need for Speed Heat, sorry, I've done one race, one blah, bored. There needs to be a lot more to it. Just look at Forza Horizon, for example. That's, I'd say that's probably Need for Speed Heat's biggest rival. Is that kind of fair?
Well, I think rival's not really a thing. It's like
Well,
superior
comparison.
Comparison. I mean, you could argue saying superior,
Oh, yeah.
but
But the comparison, at least.
yeah,
And look what they do. They kind of put on different events. There's different
Yeah.
things to do. There's online sort of road trips. There's playground games.
yeah. It's as I was saying with like particular Horizon 4. Maybe probably, and it's probably a subject. So me with like you could argue that Horizon 4 was a bit more of a live service game now than.
Oh yeah, Horizon 4. Arguably, maybe the weakest. One of the weakest.
Well, yeah,
Purely because of the end game, the fact that there's nothing.
yeah, but as I was saying, back to the point I had, maybe that's probably what Need for Speed sort of needs in a way, sort of like open world where it sort of they gradually add stuff like, oh, we got new cars, new customization models, new races.
Yeah, that's what I mean by using it as a jumping point, by saying about, well, there's this event to do, there's that event to do.
Yeah, and like,
Give people a reason to keep logging in.
or like, if you do this sort of tournament, you can get yourself a new car.
Yeah.
And
There just needs to be a bit more sustainability to make people keep coming back.
yeah, it just, there's a feeling that when you play a new speed game, it's like, that'll do.
Yeah, you kind of finish the lackluster story and then go, I could go online, or I could not bother, or I could go on Forza.
Yeah.
But, so there's a few examples of how the Need for Speed can fix itself. Better handling model, better story, and better online mode. arguably, don't make it a live service game. If you're going to make a story, make sure it has a conclusion, because that just wastes everybody's time.
Yeah.
So then we can wrap that one there.
Yeah, I think we've covered that one quite comprehensively.
If EA, Criterion, anyone want to get in touch with me and Matt, our rates, as always, very reasonable.
Reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Yeah. One super yacht.
Each. Yes, so don't forget, for all of you who've made it this far, give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. Help our stats, help us grow. And we will see you in the next one. I've been Darren, joined here once again by Matt.
Merci.
Merci. Didn't say hello in this one. We'll see you in the next one. See you later.
I'm excited.